Season 2 Episode 7 of Helluva finally released. Like always, I'll give a quick rundown of what happens in the episode and then move on to discuss the things I liked and disliked about it. So the episode starts off with a flashback sequence. We're introduced to Mammon and see young Fizz and Blitz attending a concert of his. We basically learn that Mammon is a deplorable character but wants a sidekick to make money off of, which is something Fizz is interested in since he looks up to Mammon. After the concert, Fizz gets harassed by a creepy stalker fan. We see an advert for new fizzy robots and get a scene with Fizzarolli and Ozzie talking. Fizzarolli is quite nervous, and this is important for the rest of the episode. Ozzie phones Blitz to get him to come along for a bit of companionship and protection. We get introduced to Glitz and Glam, who are two competitors fighting Fizz in the competition to be Mammon's sidekick. We hear the first song of the episode called Juggling is Cool. Fizz is forced to meet fans backstage to earn money from Mammon. Fizz meets a deaf fan and has a wholesome moment with them. This is interrupted by the stalker from earlier coming back to harass Fizz. This causes Fizz to have a panic attack and nearly faint. Glitz and Glam perform the second song of the episode called Clown Bitch. Fizz and Ozzie have a chat backstage and they talk about their feelings for one another. They sing the third song of the episode called Crooked and share a kiss, which is interrupted by the stalker fan who gets his head blown off by Blitz. Fizz performs his final song of the episode called 2 Minutes Notice. At the end he tells Mammon he's quitting, which enrages him. This causes the two sins, Mammon and Ozzie, to enter their demonic forms. Ozzie reveals to the crowd that him and Fizz are dating and Mammon angrily leaves. The episode ends with Blitz asking who tops. So with the episode summarised, it's time to get into the things I liked. There's a running trend with Helluva where the best episodes include Fizz and Ozzie, such as Season 1 Episode 7, Season 2 Episode 6, and now this one is added to the list. Sitting at 30 minutes long, the episode didn't drag on or feel rushed. We got a ton of development for the cast, and it's always nice to see the introduction of a new sin. Speaking of Mammon, Michael Cusack knocked the ball out of the park with his performance. He was a fantastic fit for the role and really nailed the fact that Mammon is the sin of greed. Out of the sins we've seen so far, he's the first to actually be a genuinely evil character, so I felt like that was a nice change of pace. I really hope we see him return again as an antagonist in future episodes. The writing was quite strong in this episode. I think Vivzi was the main writer, but the plot felt cohesive and there wasn't any pacing issues. There was the perfect mix of funny, happy moments that contrasted well against the sad scenes. I think the scene that stuck out the most was Fizz meeting a deaf fan. It was so heartwarming to see the pair meet, and it illuminates clearly that not every character in Hell is bad. Seeing Fizz use sign language was so cute, and I've seen a lot of fans resonate with this scene on Twitter, which was lovely. Like always, Blitz, Fizz and Ozzie were the stars of the show, and all three of them bounce off each other really well. We got the long-awaited kiss scene between Ozzie and Fizz, along with their reveal to the public, so I'm interested to see how that pans out in future episodes. I think my favourite joke was the one about Vivzi being the main female writer. I also really enjoyed when Fizz said "G'day mate" to Mammon after leaving. As for the side characters, I think Faye Mata did a wonderful job playing Glitz and Glam. Their designs are beautiful, and it was great to see her play a role again, since we haven't seen her since she voiced Kitty Killjoy in the Hazbin Hotel pilot. Zach Hudel voiced a couple screaming background characters, which was awesome, and we also saw some Wally Wackford. The episode contained 4 songs, which is the most of any episode so far. They're all pretty good, but my two favourites are 2 Minute Notice and Clown Bitch. Fizz's songs tend to be the best, and this episode was no different. It was the perfect mix of funny, lighthearted jokes with serious character beats. The animation was superb, no complaints there at all. So with everything that I liked covered, it's time to get into the things I disliked. The first is that I feel like the audio balancing was a little messed up during Ozzie and Fizz's song, Crooked. While watching, I felt like Ozzie's audio was being recorded 2 meters away from the mic. Fizz sounded fine, but I'm not sure why Ozzie sounded weird. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but let me know in the comments section down below if you felt the same way. The stalker character was funny, but I think the bit ran on too long. I reckon they should have had him in the flashback at the start, and then he knocks down the door later to confront Fizz and gets his head blown off by Blitz. The way they did it is that he appears 3 times, and during his second appearance, it's right after Fizz spends time with the deaf fan. I feel like it ruined the atmosphere a little and was a bit jarring. They could have made him a bit more threatening as well. Perhaps he spent the years going insane, so when he shows up again later he's completely nuts and has an actual weapon to attack Fizz with. This episode, like the last, was really good, so I didn't have many criticisms, but I'll mention a couple I've seen online. So the first is that Glitz and Glam just feel like Verosika 2.0. I understand where they're coming from with this one. Some people have said that the sins aren't very threatening, and I understand that as well. B, Ozzie and Mammon don't feel particularly powerful or intimidating, to the point where Blitz, an imp, is able to swear at Mammon with no repercussions. So I think to some people it feels like the characters have plot armor and the sins have no teeth to cause any actual harm. So overall I thought the episode was fantastic, and I can't wait to see what happens in future episodes. If you agree with my opinions or have any thoughts of your own, I'd love for you to leave them in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching.